Good morning, good morning. My name is Jennifer Tom, and I'm excited to be here. Please grab your coffee and join me. I love Grief Talk. This is where we share lessons learned through life and loss. So, um, my friend is missing today. My co-host, Darlene Rempel, she's on the road. However, I am just so thrilled to be here to share. And as I was getting ready, I was thinking, what should I talk about? So, our theme for this month was about the art of communication. Please give me a thumbs up. I see you. Thank you for joining. Grab your coffee, please. Grab your coffee because I am so excited to be here to talk about the art of communication. And again, I'm going to say I'm not the master of communication. I'm learning, and that's why I show up here to share with my friends. So I'm going to be very interactive today and invite you. Thank you for the thumbs up. And yeah, I love you guys. I love Wednesdays when I come and just share lessons learned. So I just have to tell you a story. I just called a friend and I feel she's the master of communication. She is so good. She is studying. She's a nurse. She's got the skill of art on how to communicate. So I said, "Could you come and give us that gift?" And she's like, "I'll be right there." That's the kind of friends we need. So I will be telling stories until she gets here, and we'll hear from her. So I have a surprise guest today. So, as I was thinking about how to share today about the art of communication, I just had to share a story. This week, I visited with somebody so special, dear to my heart. And, do you know, I have to say, he shared something so powerful. He said, when communication comes from the heart and not here, that's where the magic happens. And I said, how do you do that? I don't know how to do that because most times we communicate, we start reasoning, we start communicating with here. And he told me that how he mastered that, he went on an 8-day silence. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine going silence? And he said, when you experience silence for 8 days, guess what happens? Because there's no word, you start communicating from here. Because when we use words, they come from here. I'm like, what? Anyway, let's take a pause and think about that. That when we're in silence, we actually start communicating from the heart. And what happens when we start communicating from the heart? There is connection. There is connection. And he changed my life. I was like, thank you so much for sharing that. And so for him, he lives life from the heart. He doesn't think. So he told me, Jen, when you start listening from the heart, there are people that you meet that you don't even need to meet or whatever. He used some very profound words, but he said there are people he talks to, and when he talks to them, his heart smiles. Hello, have you ever had someone tell you that when I speak to you, my heart smiles? Seriously, that's my new favorite line. But you don't get that until you start communicating with their heart. So, my challenge to you, my friends, how can we be so good at communicating from the heart? I am practicing because I want to communicate from the heart and not from the mind so that when I speak to you, my heart smiles. And so this morning, as I was thinking about the art of communication, I was thinking when I come to Grief Talk, my heart smiles. It doesn't matter what is happening in my world. I love my friends so much. I love showing up here to just speak from the heart. And so that is my goal for this week, to speak from the heart. And how do we get there? We need to create some silence. We need to avoid too many words and get from the head to the heart. So tell me, what have you learned? How can we master this communication? So that's my challenge to you this week, to start communicating from the heart. And how we do that is by creating that silence, getting off from the head to the heart. So that's my nugget for the day, and the challenge for you, my friends, on how to communicate from the heart. So I just have to tell you, my friend is not here yet. So I'm just gonna leave it at that, because I think it's very deep. And just remember, um, that we need to start, when we see the people we connect with, when we go out in the world, we need to start letting our hearts smile when we see those people. So I will sign off and call my guest. And if she's not here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna record, and then we'll play it for next Wednesday. So thank you so much for joining me. I see you, and I wish you an amazing week. And my challenge is, let's practice to communicate from the heart and not the mind. And the only way we do that is by avoiding this. And how we avoid this is to create that silence. I I am not sure if I can do 8 days silence. I just don't know about that. So I'm gonna start with an hour. Actually, 30 minutes of silence. Then we do an hour. Then we do a day, and then gradually get to there. And that's when we open up and start communicating to the heart. Oh, I just remembered something else he told me. I said, "How come, like all of us? I mean, not all of us. Some of us. Me first. How come we do not? How come we've not mastered how to do that?" And you know what he said? He said it's because our heart has layers. There are some layers that have been built in our heart. And so those layers prevent us from connecting. Did you know that? Please tell me. Maybe I'm talking about things people already know. I don't know. I'm like, layers. And I'm like, what kind of layers are you talking about? He says layers of pain, layers of hurt, layers of mistrust, layers. Like we have all these layers. And so that's when we got to the deep conversation then. How do you take those layers out? And he goes, the silence, 8 day silence. Mhm. So I don't know. I will keep sharing about these layers, because I'm actually very curious how to break those layers. Because my mission is to connect to the heart. Because when we connect to the heart, it's all love. And when we have love, like what else do we need, right? So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me to share about this powerful nugget I learned about communication. And as always, please connect with us, share our information. And I've got some good news this week. Our books, our new edition of When Flowers Aren't Enough book, the hard copy has arrived. Uh, Please, if you want to grab one, grab a book for your friend, please email us, check out our resources, because what we do here at Grief Talk is to connect with you, give you um, tools to help through the journey of grief or loss. So thank you again. I see you. My heart smiles when I see you joining us on Grief Talk. Till next week, let's connect with the heart. Love you guys. Bye.